What can you do with a real estate license? Did you know that most real estate agents do not even renew their real estate license? Yes, it is a fact. More people get their real estate license year after year after year, but each year, only about 25% of the people that actually get a license actually renew it, meaning most people have no idea what they really could do with a real estate license. I'm going to share with you exactly how you can make money with a real estate license. Let's go.
Noel. Yeah, she can fix that. If you gotta get it done, no, you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
So let's talk about the real estate business and real estate agents. Real estate agents work in the real estate business helping buyers and sellers find houses to buy or helping sellers sell their houses. In many cases, as a real estate agent, if you represent buyers, you will find buyers that are looking to buy a home. You'll look in the MLS, find houses that they like, you drive them in your car, and you help them find a house and write a contract on a house that they want to buy. That is how a buyer's agent works. If you're a real estate agent that represents sellers, you will find sellers that have houses that they no longer want, that they want to sell. You'll give them a presentation and then you'll put a sign in front of the home and then you'll sell their home. But in many cases, as a real estate agent, you have to kind of decide, do you want to work with buyers or do you want to work with sellers? Because as a real estate agent, you receive a commission when a home sells, whether you represent the buyer or the seller. Real estate agents receive a commission when a home sells where they represent either the buyer or the seller. For example, I got my license in 2006 in Georgia. That was the first license that I got as a real estate agent. I've subsequently gotten my license in Texas, and I also have my license in Florida. I invest in real estate, so I found it very important for me to get a real estate license because I needed to learn more about the business, not necessarily that I wanted to get commissions, but we'll get into that in a second. But most of your real estate agents, whether it's buyers or sellers that they're representing, they are looking for a commission. They work for a broker. Many of you have heard of different brokers like RE/MAX, Keller Williams, Century 21, eXp Realty, and so forth. Those are brokers that employ real estate agents, and then real estate agents go out and help buyers and sellers. So that's how the real estate game works. So let me tell you how you get a real estate license so you can start making money as a real estate agent. So before you become a real estate agent and you start picking up on those commissions, you have to get a real estate license. Every single state in the United States has their own process for getting a real estate license. Additionally, as a real estate agent, you must be licensed in the state where you are selling houses. I told you I started off with my real estate license in Georgia. That was in 2006. But then when I started investing in Texas, I needed a Texas real estate license. And now that I'm in Florida, I need a Florida license. You have to have a license for every single state that you are doing real estate transactions in. Now, if you're just investing, that's a separate issue. But I'm talking about working as a real estate license agent. You have to have a license in that state. So in order to get your license, you're going to have to do courses. You're going to have to go to real estate school and do something called pre-licensure education, meaning pre you getting your license, you have to go to real estate school and complete the required number of hours. You have to pass a test, and then you will get your license, and then you will put your license with a broker. That's how that works. So it's a kind of a long process in most cases, and many people will get overwhelmed by the process and feel like this is way too difficult. Additionally, I'm a smart girl. You guys know I have a master's degree from Penn State and I also have an MBA, and I went to all these great schools, but I'm gonna be very honest with you. Real estate school is difficult. It is not like this easy thing that just any dummy can go to and get a real estate license. Now, you may have heard on me on my channel and say before, I don't think that most real estate agents are very smart, but that is because I don't think most of them know about real estate investing, not because I don't think they're smart in real estate. Real estate school will teach you exactly how to work with buyers and sellers. That is the primary thing that they teach you. They teach you about real estate, but they teach you about getting and working with buyers and sellers, okay? So that you know who your relationship is with, you know who you represent, you know how to fill out the contracts, and you know how to help them buy or sell a home. It is not necessarily teaching you how to make money as a real estate agent. So just know that. It's very easy. You can look up on your state what the required hours are. And I can also tell you it's going to cost you probably between $200 and $1,000 for real estate school. And it will also cost you another $200 to $1,000 for the real estate exam for your state. And then once you get your license in every single state, you will have to do continuing education. So there's a lot that goes into it. So you need to make this profitable, which is why most people don't renew their license. They get their license. They're not making any money. They don't want to pay the money anymore. Let me tell you how to avoid that mistake and make money with your real estate license. So as a real estate agent, as I mentioned before, you will mostly be getting commissions, meaning if you represent a buyer and they buy the house and the home closes, the seller usually pays a commission. So when you find houses through the MLS, which stands for Multiple Listing Services. That's where all of the real estate brokers put all of their properties. And when someone buys a home, that's usually what they're looking at. They're looking at properties in MLS. Usually, if you go to websites like Realtor.com or Zillow.com or Redfin, those are usually pulling off from the local MLSs, and those are the homes that are for sale with agents. As a buyer's agent, when you represent a seller, you sell that house, boom, you get a commission. Usually when sellers offer to sell their home, they offer a 6% commission. 3% for their agent, that's the seller's agent that I mentioned, the person that put the sign in front of the house and said, hey, this home is for sale. And then they offer 3% to the buyer's agent, whoever brings them a buyer. So all the other real estate agents, they take all of their clients, they show them the home. Whoever sells it, they get 3%, and then the seller's agent gets 3%, or should I say the seller's broker. This is the key that most people don't get. Like I said, real estate agents cannot get a commission. All of the monies go to a real estate broker. They get the money and then they give a portion to the real estate agent. So this is why real estate agents don't usually make a lot of money. Let me tell you a big secret. You're selling a house. You're a buyer's agent, okay? Meaning you represent the buyer. You have this client, they love this house. It's $100,000. The seller has offered a commission, 6%, $6,000. That means 3% is going to their seller's agent, and then 3% is coming to you as the buyer's agent, $3,000. But you're not gonna get that $3,000. Your broker is. So whoever you work for, in my case, I work for eXp, they get the $3,000 and then they give me a portion of it. And every broker is different. Some brokers take 30%, some take 20%, some take 40%. And I've even seen it where they take 45%, meaning it's a 55-45 cut. So that's Berkshire Hathaway, just giving you an example. I know I probably shouldn't share that, but Berkshire Hathaway, for new agents without any experience, they have in some cases a 45% cut that they take. So that $3,000, you didn't even get half of it. Plus, you did all the work. You were the one driving that person around, showing them all of those houses. So you've done all this work and you may end up with only like $1,200. Now, again, for some people, that's good money, but for others, they're like, hey, where was that $3,000? I want that. And that was what I realized when I started selling houses, that brokers were taking too much of a cut and there was a better way for me to make money. Let me tell you. So here is how I made a ton of money and how I became the millionaire that you see today. I started off as a real estate investor. Yes, I've mentioned it before. I have my licenses. I am a licensed real estate agent in the great state of Texas and in the great state of Florida. But I do not work as a real estate agent. Meaning, I am not taking anybody in my car and driving them around and showing them houses. I'm not coming to your house and doing no listing presentation and begging you to let me sell your home. I invest in real estate. I quickly realized that when I started representing people that were behind on their mortgage and I was flipping those contracts, remember, I started off as an investor. I was wholesaling properties. I was finding people that were having property problems, meaning they were behind on their mortgage payments, they were in bankruptcy, they were in divorce, they had got relocated, they no longer wanted that house. I was able to get those houses under contract, sometimes for pennies on the dollars, because they were really to just get rid of that house or they were already behind on the payments and they were about to go into foreclosure. I would get those properties under contract and then I would flip those contracts to investors who would pay me more money. So as an example, I get the contract for $100,000. I flip it to an investor for $105,000. I got $5,000. Okay. That's how that worked. Now, again, I have a whole video that teaches you all of this, so I'm not going to get into it, but I have a whole video that teaches you on wholesaling. So make sure you watch that video. But long story short, investors that were flipping houses, I started going to their closing and helping them find properties, and they were making hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know, yeah, the seller's agent got $3,000 and the buyer's agent got $3,000, but I saw that investors were getting hundreds of thousands of dollars. In fact, in 2018, on the average flip, the average profit was over $65,000. Look this up on Realty Track. This is not a Noel stat. You can look this up. And so would you rather $65,000 or $1,200? I quickly realized I rather that $65,000. So I got into real estate investing, and I have not moved back since. So check out my full training at noelsfreetraining.com. I've created an entire training. It's about an hour long. It will teach you all of my formula, my exact formula for investing in real estate without losing money. I give you all of the details, exactly where to look and exactly how to do it. And again, all for free. I want to make sure that you have all of the resources, all of the tools, and all of the knowledge that you need to be successful. This is Noel. To your success.